Hey guys, what's happening? This is the 328xi wagon, which we're not talking about today, but I'm still excited to show this one to you guys, walk you through it, and kind of show you guys the car as is right now before I take it under the knife, restore a lot of the inside, and do some pretty hefty mechanical work to it to bring it back to its dailyable state. So today we're talking about the E36 and my hunt. Looking for an E36 M3, and I had something pretty crazy happen this weekend, or actually a few days ago now, before the weekend. But basically, I dodged a huge bullet, and so I'm really happy for how everything turned out, although it was pretty disappointing that I didn't actually get the car. So I'm going to try to just throw in some screenshots here of what kind of went down. But basically, I was on Facebook Marketplace just scrolling, not really looking for much. Sure enough, a Techno Violet coupe pops up. I think it was like a 97 or 98. Pops up for 15 grand with 150,000 miles on it. And I catch the post probably in the first like 30 minutes of its posting, so I know that I have a good shot at actually being able to communicate with the seller. So I click on it, I message the guy immediately. It looks really clean. The exterior looks really clean, interior looks great. Needs a few things like the glove box sag and stuff like that. So I'm like messaging the guy, he's responding back pretty quickly. We hop on the phone, we FaceTime, he shows me around the car, and I'm like, dude, like, and he's like, yeah, like, as we're FaceTiming, I'm getting like countless messages on the car. So I'm like, dude, I'm your buyer, like, let's do this thing. And I was like, just throw me the VIN, I'm just gonna make sure everything checks out, and I'll send a deposit. He wanted $1,000 deposit. I was like, dude, how's 500, and I'll shoot you the plane tickets that I buy, to confirm. So he's like, sure thing. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna run this VIN and then I'll do that. So I ended up going to a hockey game. So I wasn't able to run the VIN immediately, but he was chill, and he seemed like a really nice guy. It didn't seem like he was in a rush or anything, but he was like, I am getting my message is blown up with the interest in this car. So I go to the hockey game and I run the VIN when I get home, and it's all good. I pay $40 for the Carfax because I just want to get it done. And I was just, something was a little off, and I don't know. I think I was really praying about it, guys, because I really want to do this one right. I want to get into a car. I don't want to have to sell something, and so I was like, God, like, I really, let me know, like, give me a first sure yes or no on this car. I want to use this car for you. Like, I want to love people through this car. I want to share this car with others, like share this experience with others, and I just want to do it right. Is this the car that you want me to buy? And I kid you not, I'm just kind of like running around doing some errands before bed. The guy is waiting on me to send his deposit, and I remember myself a few months ago seeing a Techno Violet on an E36 Facebook group that was like a shady car. Like, some guy was going, hey guys, this Techno Violet car, stay away from it. This is not good. It's got all these issues, whatever. I didn't really remember what the post was saying. I did remember it was saying that it was a Copart car, but I was like, that was months ago, and like nobody, like, he didn't say anything about Copart. He was like, oh yeah, it's a 2-owner. My buddy had it, he's the second owner, whatever. So he wasn't like, oh, I got it at some auction, And the car was clean, super clean looking. So sure enough, I go and I dig for like 20 minutes to find this post. VIN matches up perfectly. This is the car that was at Copart in 2012, and it had a mileage discrepancy at Copart. The mileage read 164K or 167K at Copart in 2012, and today it reads 118. So we got a huge discrepancy here with the mileage, which actually the owner did mention to me, but he told me that the car has 150,000 miles, like, truly. He said the estimate is between 150 and 160. Well, the car had 164 in 2012. So there's absolutely no way that the car has between 150 and 160. We actually know it's impossible. And realistically, it's a well above 200,000 mile car, because in 10 years, you know, it was averaging a little over 15,000 miles a year from its date of construction to the date to 2012, to the day that it was at Copart. So if you just continue those numbers, you're looking at, what is that, 60, 75,000 miles, you know, in addition to that. So you're looking at a well above 200,000 mile Techno Violet car that probably had been resprayed and probably had been in a few accidents. I know this because the paint seemed to be really clean, and it was missing all its bumper accessories like fog lights, brake ducts, and I even think the bumper liners and stuff like that. The posts on the Facebook group that ultimately saved me, that prevented me from buying this car, also had some commentary on it of guys being like, thanks so much, but also like, yup, I spoke to the guy, to the guy who sold it before this guy, and it wasn't running right. It had the owner said it was probably a head gasket, and now the car's for sale again, you know, that kind of thing, 10 days later. So the car had been for sale twice in 10 days, and it was sold for $10,000, then it was relisted for $25,000. At the point that it was listed for $25,000 was the point where this Facebook post was made about the car to warn others. And so this was also really shady, the head gasket issue, because when he was FaceTiming me, I saw coolant bottles in the back seat. That's a really bad sign for any prospective BMW owner. If you see coolant bottles in the back of the car or in the advertisement, it's not a good sign. It's leaking coolant's burning coolant. So that was another issue that, you know, with that info in mind, and then what I actually saw, the car might have a bad head gasket. I had to drive that car from LA to Tennessee. The owner, who I brought these things up to him to tell him, hey, I'm not setting a deposit anymore, I'm sorry, but this is what I found. He was actually really nice. He seemed genuine when he said that he didn't know anything about this. His buddy gave him the car as a payment for something. And I actually believe the guy. It seems like he's a YouTuber or something. And so, you know, I believe him, but, you know, ultimately I don't know him, so I have no idea. But I do know that the car was super shady. It was, you know, so potentially head gasket blown, 250,000 mile, 200,000 mile plus car, you know, that was kind of being displayed as this, you know, super mint 2-owner Techno Violet car. I'm lucky that, you know, I kind of just happened to come across that months prior, and as I searched for like just a quality, clean car, I would have been really, really disappointed with driving that thing home. The fact that it was at Copart doesn't bother me that much. There's pictures of it being really, really dirty and everything, and that doesn't bother me like that much, but it is just another thing that, like, you know, it's just, you don't really want, that's like kind of the bottom of the barrel for any car to go to. Like, that's not really a car that you want to have if you care about the preservation of a car. You know, it's being exposed to all the elements, especially over there in LA. It's gonna hurt your paint if it's out there for a long time, which they always are. They're always out there for months. So anyways, all that being said, I'm really happy it didn't work out. Ironically, I would have loved to have a techno car, but not a techno car that, you know, that's not running right, needs a head gasket, will leave me stranded in my trip from LA, and has mileage issues. You know, it's somebody tampered with the odometer. So the footage got super dark on me, so I'm not sure where it left off, but I just wanted to shoot just another wrap up to this video, which I think I left the story on, just how glad I am that it didn't work out. And so I'm just going to continue to exercise patience, continue to exercise wisdom as best as I can, and continue to pray for wisdom, because wisdom does not come from me, it comes from God. And so I'm asking Him to just guide me through this process, and I know that He's going to put me in something right, you know. And if He tells me to hold out a little bit longer, or hold out entirely, you know, I've kind of surrendered the idea of an E36 up, like, for the purpose of it not becoming an idol. not becoming something that it shouldn't be in my life, not taking you know, precedence over the things that are really important in my life, like my faith, my relationships. And so I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll keep you guys updated. Definitely encourage you guys to do some digging when you're hunting for a car. It's taught me that for sure. Always take that extra step and do some digging, do your due diligence on the car. You know, use Facebook groups to your advantage. Even guys that you might know who, you know, like this car happened to be in the west side of the country in a major city, and I actually asked a guy if he knew him, and he didn't, but I actually have had instances where I've asked, and oh yeah, I know that guy, like, you know, the car, you know what, it's actually, I've seen it in person, it's not that clean or whatever, but you know, that's a big deal when you can't see when you can't have eyes on the car yourself. So anyways, guys, I'll keep you guys updated, and hopefully we'll be in something here soon. And next time I'll walk you guys through this car, like I said. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.